Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and happy to have you here today in this course of Inspiration Lab and and Resilience Economy Master Program, where we're going to cover actually the Inspiration Labs, which we call it Level 2. And the Inspiration Lab is actually the Inspiration Economy Lab is the graduation project in the same time. So it is very important topic. And most of our students by this time supposed to be gone through practicing for this lab, for this course, throughout the master program. Again, the purpose is that we support the intended learning that we've spoken about in all the courses before, whether it's about emphasizing the practices, the methodologies, building the proper competency, bringing more projects through the labs so that we support communities, building capacity that is to solve problems in a specific way, in an innovative way, in a novel way, mastering tools that would create effective socio-economic outcome, bringing communication effectively to promote culture and disseminate culture of inspiration economy and disseminate the practices in the public as well as corporate spheres so that we solve communities' issues and challenges in a sustainable way and also raising the capability of the student to really bring evidence-based uh, problem-solving designs. And in the end of the day, also we carry out world-class research because through the labs, we can bring lots of outcomes that will help us to bring case studies and carry lots of research. Now, the module description is this module incorporates how inspiration labs or projects help in creating impact and then also influence the targeted community. The students will work together on the module with the module mentor, which is most probably will be also the course leader in the program in conducting research in a pre-selected organization and communities. The module also will provide interdisciplinary framework for exploring how to incorporate projects with actual inspiration labs. This module debate issues related to inspiration labs and also turn them into case studies that can be published later. Now, the topic will be covered by first the introduction to the lab and its historical background, and then review of how the labs are created, and then we talk about how we work on the field in creating actually models and the targeted communities, and then also how we do research based on the models created and creating a project outcome so that we bring the best results to the community. As we mentioned always, the module is made from 30, 70, 30 is for the discussion and assignments and so on, and the case studies. And 70 will be always for the project done after finishing the requirements and also the final assessment exam, which is 25%. Now, introduction to the Inspiration and Resilience Lab and its historical background. One of the things about this lab is that it brings together our collective actually efforts to explore and to bring better observations for specific chronic issues or complex issues or challenging issues on the field, and so that we turn these challenges into opportunities. So Inspiration Lab is therefore is considered to be a source of a mindset influence. The more the human manage to influence others, the more the human will own the currency to change. And this will create, of course, on them the capacity it's needed to face the demand and challenges. And they will focus on the intrinsic powers rather than the extrinsic powers. And this is one of the purposes of the lab, is that to bring people to think about the intrinsic powers through interdisciplinary thinking and through a collective multidisciplinary approach so that we link things together and create learning by doing and we bring sustained actually solutions through a sustained communication module. The traditional inspiration lab are constructed from 5 days, but this 5 days might be runs for 5 months and so on. It doesn't mean 5 days in physical and time, but in as a steps, as achievements. The first is about we study the socioeconomic problem on the field, and then we do the data collection through observation, of course, and site visits till we narrow the problem. And then the third day, we start tackling the problem and piloting the solution through again learning by exploring, learning by failure, learning by doing. And then the fourth day will be we continue piloting the new area of the inspiration identified. And then the fifth day will be about starting the inspiration project and discussion of the model created. Now, these 5 days is we go through the concept and the method of the project delivery. We start to identify the problems and we collect the observations, and then we tackle the opportunities within these observations, and then we start to generalize the model and build the model. Try to use the opportunities and the observation to build the model that is proposed, and then we go for uh, building NGOs, that is whether international or it's local or NGOs, where they start to follow up with sustainability. So the concept of inspiration lab, it have an influence, and one of the main influences of these labs is that these socio-economic problems, after they turn into observation and after they start to see their currency, we start to see that we are influencing the community or the targeted problem without power, without with less resources, with less power actually. So we start to exchange something so that we maintain certain person values. So it depends a lot on the perception and the expectation as well as the spirit. Using the spirit of attempting of influencing without power help us to bring again and identify and then extract opportunities so that we benefit the community with minimum resources, as I mentioned. This will bring radical changes that Inspiration Lab usually produce. Researchers show that influence does not require a formal authority and power. And for that, we start to see that we can change our communities and all of us can participate in changing our communities. Now, one of the good things about Inspiration Lab is that it is can be done in a physical and virtual space. So it is specifically designed to foster creativity, innovation, inspiration in a specific area within a specific time. The one the th good thing about the lab is that it is like a hub where we explore the ideas, we collaborate, we experiment, we generate new concepts across the various disciplines. The lab bring collaborative efforts together. So it is flexible, interactive workspace where people will be working from different groups, and it includes, of course, brainstorming, ideation, prototyping, and discussion. The tools and resources of the lab are equipped within the creativity concept. So, for example, we try to use experimentation, we try to use 3D virtual reality, VR, and AR, and so on. And we bring a multidisciplinary approach where inspiration labs are solve problems through diversity of the background of the team. And also there is the diversity of the mindset. Sometimes it is one person that can bring solutions. Now this will bring interactive displays where digital displays, interactive whiteboards, and projection systems are commonly used in inspiration labs. The workshops and the events of inspiration labs uh, may help us to bring more actually opportunities on hand and bring better learning and ideas exchange. So the lab also usually is based on prototyping experimentation. We said that In order to generalize any model, we need to test it for a certain time. Usually the model will stay for 3 months to 6 months and then can be generalized, or it may stay even for 1 year or 2 years before it's generalized. It works in open environment, which means that it is flexibility is there because we ask people not to be worried since they are testing the model to make mistakes and to be living the reality. Of course, it's based on also networking and idea exchange. The lab usually is a user-centered design. Lab means that it involves the stakeholders. We focus on the stakeholders, and we bring virtual, actually, inspiration labs, where we means that we start to do even now. We start to do now even online platform or digital space labs, which so that we can solve problems in different areas of the world remotely. In summary, the Inspiration Lab is about, and Resilience Lab is about observing interaction humbly, then exploring, then exploiting. When we observe, we explore. When we explore, we exploit. When we exploit, we learn. And from this learning, we start to reflect and bring better results. This will help us to bring what we call codification, classification, stratification, which means that we will be able to bring people from an awareness stage to realize the stage step by step through absorption. And this will take us time because first codification means we're gonna define the traffic light as a traffic light, two things or two dimensional, either yes or no, either red or green. Okay, then we start to classify. When we classify, we start to see three colors. When we stratify, we start to see many colors, and we can be selective in selecting which type of solution we're going to focus on. So here what is we focus on in the Resilience Lab. Resilience Lab is about life purposefulness, persistence, selflessness, cooperative and self-sufficiency, self-initiated proactiveness, positive thinking, risk-taking and risk mitigation, and managing uncertainty, and even taking a pause. And this is what is makes resilience and inspiration economy. They are very relevant together. I think I will stop here and continue with you next time. Thank you.